got his hand up here. You want to unmute yourself, Noel, and tell us what you got?
Yes, I'm looking for I am a broker to work with me in that area. I am moving up there, and I'll probably be up there in the next week, and probably a closing agent too.
Okay. Okay, where are you now?
I'm in Seattle.
Seattle. Okay.
Yes.
That's right. You're coming down, huh?
Yes, I'm coming down.
And moving east.
Yep.
Yeah, we've had a lot of people transplanting from the West Coast and coming to the Midwest. So.
Yeah, I'm looking to diversify.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. Anybody have a broker they works well? You looking for specifically for investment property?
Yep. So investment, some single family, multifamily, and a big unit, probably 20, 30 units.
Oh, okay. Okay, bigger units. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I want single family, small multifamily units, and then a big unit. So those three to start with, and if it's working, then we'll continue from there.
Okay.
Yeah. So a broker can work with that. I can give you my email.
Yeah.
Or my number.
Your email or contact.
Yeah. My text, if you want to text me, is 206-851-6635. And my email, make sure you got all of that, 206-851-6635.
Okay.
And the email is N as in Nancy, A as in Apple, B as in boy, consulting, CONSULTING, LLC @gmail.com. Not consulting, LLC @gmail.com.
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Can I ask a couple questions here?
Yeah, go ahead, John.
Yeah, go for it.
But yeah, what are you doing right now in Seattle? What kind of are you in the real estate business now?
Yeah, I have a mix of properties: single family, multifamily, and commercial properties.
Okay, and you're looking here to move, correct?
Yeah, I have family have moved there, and so I'm going to be helping them start the real estate business down there. And my wife insists that we need to have a second house down there.
Okay, what are you going to do with your properties in Seattle?
Oh, I'll have someone manage it.
You got a manager. Okay, good.
Yeah.
And are you what area are you looking at in the St. Louis area? It covers a lot. You know, there's probably like 100 plus municipalities.
I'm really interested in the Clayton area.
Clayton, okay.
Yeah, and then from there, pretty much.
Okay. Now, are you a cash buyer, or are you looking to finance them? I mean, what is your game plan, and what's your exit strategy on these?
Right. So I tend to buy in whole.
Okay.
So I've been doing both. I'm looking for both. If I find something that we want to just cash it out and then down the road, we can do that. We find something we can finance in the beginning. That's why I want to look for a broker, someone who I can work with going forward. So either one will work. We just need to find something that will work for us.
Okay, I see. Because yeah, the more specific you get, the better person you'll get to work with you on something like that. Because broker covers a wide area, and so does St. Louis.
Right.
Single family, multifamily. You said maybe 20 to 30 units. Is that what you do now? Yeah.
The big idea here is I have a bunch of like triplex, fourplex, 8 units. If I'm going to be moving back and forth from Seattle down there, and then I'm going to be going to Florida too, then I need something that will help finance it too. Okay. And having a bunch of small units and trying to deal with it, it's just sometimes could be a nightmare. So I'd rather just one big unit, hire someone to go and deal with it, and they can. And the other thing too is having a team that works with a unit will be better than having a team that's working with 10 different places all over the place, or 20 different things all over the place. Okay. I find that was always helpful.
Okay, because yeah, Stacy just mentioned Dave and Stacy's property management company. That might be a good connection for you right there, because they can be more specific on areas. They probably also know some lenders, and I know we have We have Carrie here also that does some financing depending on the area. So you're probably at a really good place. What you probably want to do, which would be very helpful, is you did give us your name and contact information verbally. You may want to go ahead and put it in the chat too, so people can write it down. Because a lot of people have, like me, I don't always get stuff right when I write it down because I'm, we do a couple different things. So, but I can copy stuff. So you may want to.
Yeah, I'll do that right away.
Okay. What's your time frame too, Noel? When are you actually moving?
Well, I'm flexible, but I will be up there next week.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, great. Well, you're at the right place. So you can get some good connections here and get you in the right place to get started here. So
yeah, I am in the group up here in Seattle. Also, the group that does something similar to what you guys do down there. It's called REAPS, Real Estate Association of Puget Sound. So I'm familiar with that around the country, and I'm very tied into the national organization.
Oh, great. Well, you look like a really bright guy, and you know enough to be with other people. They are doing the same.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, very good. Well, welcome to our group, and we look forward to seeing you here in person. May want to go on the website and consider becoming a member when you get here. The STLREIA, we're only we're still the only. I think we're the oldest and still the only nonprofit in the whole area here. And our group, it's only $75 a year if you choose to join. That's for 2 people, so you and your wife or your business partner are welcome to come. And you do get a lot of good things, and mainly the networking is what we get a lot of. I know Lloyd mentioned the breakfast. That's kind of a smaller group. Not all of us can make it to that, but that's a good place to meet like-minded people, just like this is right here. Plus, our meetings, we meet 11 times a year. Our main event, we do meet at the Moolah Shrine Center over on Fifi. That's all on the website. So maybe take a couple minutes and familiarize yourself with that, and keep coming back here. So
yes, absolutely. I did the website, and I'm planning on joining your group. So that's what I'm going to do.
Great. We'll look forward to meeting you.
I just want to do this right away.
Yep. Thank you.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, and John mentioned Carrie Curley here from New Frontier Bank. Do you want to unmute yourself and tell Noel and the rest of us what you could do to help him with
Sure, absolutely. Thank you. My name is Carrie Curley. I am a commercial lender with New Frontier Bank in St. Charles, Missouri. We're right outside of St. Louis County. We have 3 locations, beginning our 3rd location, just dug the hole for our 3rd location in Lake St. Louis. So we're pretty proud about that. But yes, I'm a commercial lender. I deal with a lot of commercial real estate agents. If I'd be happy to give them your information, or give, however, vice versa. If you'd be interested in that, I'd be happy to help in any way I could.
Okay. Thank you, Carrie.
Thank you.
Okay. Who else has got something for us today? You get Amber on here this morning, another board member. John mentioned that we are the oldest real estate investment group. We are a non-for-profit also, and we're run by our members for our members. All the board members volunteer. John, myself, Laura Lee. I see Amber's on. Bruce is a former board member. Had a lot. And a lot of us that have been with the group for a long time are giving back now, and being of service to make sure our future members get as much out of this organization as we have in the past. So it's a great resource. I always say that being a member of this organization has kept me invested in real estate for the last 30 some years, but and I think it's a very big factor. Being connected and staying up abreast of what's going on. Like I said, we have Kathy Davis usually comes on here once a month on this networking. We had last month we had another attorney speaking. Roger Wallach spoke last week for us at the Moolah Shriners. Gave us a good background of structuring your organization, LLC versus C Corp versus limited partners, and the whole gamut. and things to avoid, ways you can keep yourself out of trouble by structuring your organization right and doing things in the proper way. So, okay, let's see. Courtney just put something in. I'm looking for a warehouse. Oh, okay. I want event space. You want to unmute yourselves and tell us a little more, Courtney? I guess I ought to keep an eye on the chat here. For warehouse, also event space as well. I'm new to the group, and we'll be joining in November. Okay, we're glad to have you. If you can't unmute yourself, that's fine. I realize we got a lot of people that are still on their job or just tuning in. Can only drop information in the chat, but anyway, yeah, if anybody has any warehouse, can you put your contact information, Courtney? If you can't unmute yourself, go ahead and put your contact information in the chat there too. So maybe we can have, oh, there I see you. There you are. Is there a particular place, part of town where you're looking for this event space or warehouse? Okay. Maybe if you're having trouble unmuting yourself. Anyway, yeah, if you can put something in the chat there, that'd be fine. Tell us where you are, contact information. Somebody here might have it, or somebody looking. Yes, okay. I'm sneaking on the phone at work. Okay. A particular area, no particular area in any either. Okay. Our contact information is, I'll say it out loud so people can, if you can't get it on the chat, cour712.cw@gmail.com. And her phone number is 314-357-2653. That's Corey Williams, 314-357-2653. And contact her. I'm sure she can take a text there too. Okay.
Yeah, Courtney, can I ask a couple questions here? You said the area doesn't matter. What size building are you looking for? You say commercial space for an event. That could be a 50,000 square foot warehouse. That could be a 5,000 foot storefront. I mean, it could be a lot of different things. Do you have anything? If you can't talk, maybe you can put it in the chat. The more specific you get, the better chance you'll have, you'll run into somebody that could actually connect with you on stuff like this, because it does cover a lot of area. I was looking for a commercial building not too long ago in a rural area, and it just, I mean, you run into stuff like churches that are no longer in business, they've moved to things like that are just like 2,000 square foot. Then you also run into warehouses and things. I mean, are you looking for something to fix up, or looking for something you can that's event ready? I mean, the more specific you could be, really the better off you will be about finding somebody, and because people do watch our replays too. And
Sure.
A lot of times, that's one reason we like you to mention it verbally if you can, in addition to putting it in the chat. So the more you could do that, the better off it is. And I understand if you're at work, that makes a big difference.
Yeah.
And we still appreciate you coming in from work. So I did notice Angel, you joined us here. You had a question. I think we had a little conversation this week about a title issue. Maybe you'd like to unmute and say that.
Yeah, I'm so sorry I was late. I meant to jump on at 11 and lost track of time. So my name is Angel. I am actually in the Kansas City market, but I'm part of a study group that meets every Wednesday night. And I brought a issue that I'm having, and somebody told me to go ask John. So that's how I got in contact with John, because you are also in Missouri. So I have a rural property in Rich Hill, Missouri, which is south, almost to Joplin off of 49 highway. So it's kind of far from most of you all, but My issue is I was told that there are people out there who will go ahead and purchase properties that don't have clear title because they have the means and mechanisms to be able to work through clearing those titles. So this property is under contract. We're not able to get the clear title yet. The woman bought the property via rent to own, and the stubborn old guy now is he quit claim deeded it to her. And now in order to correct the title company is trying to get him to, I guess, sign the warranty deed or sign the corrected deed. And now he's refusing to do that. There's also maybe a wife. I don't know. He says that he's never been married since 1984, but he lives with a woman. She calls herself his wife. So I don't know how they're working through that, but those are the title issues that we're having. I can wait. I don't know if my private money lender will wait on this. The issue is we really need to close it faster than, I can't really wait on the title work or because of the private money lender. I can't take on the risk because it was a short-term 6-month thing. So I can't, go ahead and invest time and money into it and maybe not even have the title cleared in 6 months. So I am looking for someone who would be willing to maybe take this on. I would wholesale it to someone. This woman has already moved out of her house and moved north because she works in the Kansas City area. So she's really needing the money, and she's also, needing to get rid of this property now that she's moved on, and we're having just such a struggle. So if folks have ideas or know of people who I can connect to, I would definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, those are tough issues with title issues, and time is not on your side. I mean, there's ways, and I kind of just barely mentioned this to you, but there's ways to make them cash flow. I've had properties that could take a while for the title. You've got a few issues. It's not going to be easy. And what you may want to do is see, and this works sometimes. I've had this work. I've actually given people beer money to get them to sign a deed before. I've done this kind of stuff more than once. You may approach the guy on a different situation, just say, hey, look, what would it take? And, like the cash, similar like cash for keys, but you could say whatever documents your title company are requiring, I would try to get a copy of that right now. And that's something, the title issues are always what holds people up. When I was a mortgage broker, that used to be the biggest thing that we started doing right away. As soon as we would get an application, even by phone before they signed for a refinance or a purchase, the first thing you want to do in the property is that, because not only is there a possibility, just like you said, of previous owners, because quit claim deeds are okay, but they do not, it's just everything they have goes with the property to the new guy. I mean, that's basically how it works. Quiet title, you may be able to do, but since you can get a hold of this guy, that's what they're going to do anyway. And he can hold you up in court in 6 months. It could be a year. It could be a couple years, especially if they have other people in mind. I would get exactly what you need from the title company and then find out, because then you'll be knowledgeable on which way to go with it, if any way at all. I personally would not tie yourself up with a hard money lender or somebody like that, because they'll come after you instead, because it's usually based on the property. But if they can't get title to the property, they're going to come after you.
Right. Nope. And I understand that. And the lender is a private money lender, so he was lending with his IRA. But I also don't want to hold him up. And so I'm going to be in a position if, I say, go ahead and invest your money somewhere else. And then I do get cleared title, I'm going to have to go look for other options. So we had everything lined up and ready to go. Yep. And it just sucks that this is being held up because of a stubborn, excuse me, but old man. That's what he is. He's just being stubborn, and he just doesn't want to do this for the woman. I don't think he likes women. He kept telling me that he didn't sell the property to her. Well, her name is on it, so I don't understand. But Yeah, so I appreciate that. I think my husband is gonna have to get involved. He'll have to be the one that goes out and talks to this guy because I don't think he'll talk to me. And so we'll play his game a little bit and see if we can get him to sign off on it. But he was
Yeah.
mad because I wouldn't tell him how much I contracted the property for.
Right. Well, see, I would get the stipulations from the title company. They're going to have a set of steps and they will give them to you. It'll be numbered. That's the way the title work comes, 1, 2, 3, whatever that is. And then you want to fulfill whatever needs there are to transfer the title. And you may need to just use the honey approach, like we said, instead of the vinegar approach, and just what would make him happy. Maybe go look at, I don't know if he's on social media, go look at some of his background, see what he likes, and then see about doing something that would be, something that would make him happy to sign that. I don't know. Sounds like from what you're saying, he's going to be a friction point in the deal anyway. And it may or may not be easy. There are ways, if you have excess, there are ways, like if she's got the property, and this is getting into a lot more than we really want to get into, but if you can get like either a lease option or some kind of contract for deed from her, you can cash flow the property in the meantime. Even without a clear title, you could collect rent on the property and do all kinds of things. I wouldn't enter into another contract like a subject to with anybody else, because that could cause you legal problems down the road. But as far as renting the property, if you're on the hook right now, I mean, you're not going to, I would be real cautious with getting money or investing any money, but you can do a lot of this on paper and you can collect it, rather than to have an empty house.
And we pursued that. There's a problem though. The house has mold in it and it needs to be cleaned before we could because we thought about that. Okay, could we master lease it? Could we go ahead but it's just not possible because of the condition of the property. It needs some stuff before we put any person in it. So
you might
ran into a dead end.
You might approach that with whoever is going to live there doing the work. I've had a lot of properties like that, as is. Let them come in. Hey, this is what it needs. And maybe the first month, we will not charge you anything to live there, or whatever the case is. Maybe your payments start in the second or third month after you improve it. That way you're not putting any money into it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's ways to make it cash flow, but the title issue, I would go right to the title company. I'd get their stipulations in writing from them of what they need. And that's what you have to work with. That's your blueprint.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah. Too bad there's not a magic wand. You could just wave it and the people go away. But I've had people where actually with deceased spouses and stuff. I mean, it was a big, long, drawn out thing, but I actually gave them $200 for beer money. That was what the one guy said he wanted. I said, well, what do you want out of this? He said, beer money. I said, how much would a couple $100 work? He said, that'd be perfect. I sent him a check. He got the affidavit signed and we cleared the deal. Yeah. So, I mean, you just never know. Whatever his honey spot is, I call it, it's honey or vinegar. It's just, you're going to catch more with the honey, when it comes down to it. But I don't know, there's really no magic wand though. I wish there was.
Yeah, me too. But thank you.
Yeah, let us know what happens. I'd be real curious to see how your outcome is on that too.
Yeah. So do you guys meet every week at this time?
Yes.
And it's outside the REIA membership, or
it can be anybody. We have international people that tune in now and then, but we have I think we have members now in 16 states, if I remember right, something like that meet with us fairly regularly. People come and go. You never know who you're gonna run into. Just, whatever kind of solution you're looking for, it's a great place. Or if you want to buy and sell.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, if anybody's looking to invest in Kansas City, look me up. I'm out here. I can be boots on the ground out here.
Great.
So
thank you, Angel.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, if you want to put your contact information in the chat too, that'd be great. Glad to be of assistance. Yeah, John is a wide range of skills, as you found out, with dealing with vacant properties, getting clear title, and that can be an issue. That could spoil a whole deal. I think I've had a few that I walked away from, deals that I just walked away from because I couldn't get a clear title. Okay, who else has got something for us today?
This is Renee. Just wanted to say a real quick thank you to everybody. I have the permits for my property in hand. So everything's resolved, but I now have a couple of go-to folks. Thanks from the referrals here in case we have any issues, and just wanted to say thank you very much.
Okay. So our networking here in the past has paid off. Good. Glad to hear.
That's Renee, our friend from Boston too. So as you can see,
Oh,
Angel, we have people that tune in from all over for
Sure.
things here. So thank you, Renee. Very, very helpful for you to tune in today too.
Okay, anybody else? Doesn't sound like it. Hey, John, have you been in contact with Kathy Davis? Is she going to be able to join us some Friday in November?
Yeah, actually, we seen Kathy at the meeting at the just
yeah, we did.
well, Stacy was there too. Yeah, just a couple days ago.
Mhm.
And she's planning on. She's been very busy. She's planning on probably the first week again, I'm guessing.
Okay.
Like normal.
Yeah, which would be next Friday. Okay.
She's had some things with her husband. You know, he
Yeah.
had lung transplants.
Right.
But yeah.
Okay. Well, hope to see Kathy Davis here next week then, because the next Friday is the 3rd of November, so it is upon us.
Hey, I have a question for you guys, if you could. I'm a new investor in the St. Louis market, and I know, and I'm a St. Louis local as well, but I know in Missouri there's a no disclosure on the pricing of properties sold. How do you guys comp properties without utilizing real estate agents when you're just going through and hunting properties?
Well, yeah, you can go to the county website. They usually have the values posted on the the county assessors website.
Are those tax assessments or are those actual sale prices?
So they have, yeah, if it sells, they have the sale, most recent sale prices.
Casey, Missouri is non-disclosure state, but each individual area is allowed to disclose if they prefer to. So St. Louis is a disclosure city. So what you find tax record should be pretty accurate.
Oh, I see. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I can just find that in the particular county that I'm in or looking in.
Again, it depends on what county you're in, because like most of Missouri is non-disclosure, but I believe St. Louis is a disclosure city, or the county is, and Kansas City, but the rest of the state, I'm pretty sure, is non-disclosure. So
Okay, but St. Charles County is has it on their websites, and every time I go to closing, I've asked if they have to put it on there. Oh yeah, we're required to turn the sale price in St. Charles County too. So yeah. And
Great, thank you.
yeah, even if you can't find that, there's a lot of good information on the assessors' websites for the county.
Do you have a particular property you're looking at, Casey, or is this was that just like a general question?
No, that's just a general question when I'm out driving around looking for properties. That way I can kind of know. Maybe if I find something that's, derelict or left alone or vacant or whatever, I can have an idea of when I go in and talk with the owner of the house, or try to find the owner of the house. That way I have an idea of what the neighborhood would bring. So.
Okay. Well, as far as I'm concerned, the vacant properties are worth zero and they should give them to you. And a lot of people do. As far as the values on selling them, we usually make up our own. It doesn't make any difference what the neighborhood is doing, because appraisals, all they really are is set up to give you a loan. That's what a true value of the appraisal is. It doesn't mean that's what you're going to get for it. So I know on our stuff, we just kind of say what we think we can get. And I usually push it for more than what the neighborhoods are and set my own standards. But you know, that's really your own judgment call. But as far as vacant properties, yeah, though, probably the hardest part is finding the deals, finding the owners. You know, that's what we run into a lot, is trying to hunt the people down, because a lot of them on the vacant properties don't want to be found either. So, but if you got specific properties you're looking at,
Property for free, are you? I'm sorry, I'm new to this group. This is actually first meeting. Are you familiar with how to get those properties or find the owners of those properties, or how you can even come in contact with them?
you start on the tax records, kind of like what David was saying there. That's a good place to start. I like to look and see if they're current on their taxes or not. That's always a good place. That's where I find a lot of people. Then you could go to sites. There's a lot of sites out there. There's a lot of pay sites. I personally don't pay for anything unless it really unless it really justifies the amount. There's places like truepeoplesearch.com where you can hunt them down. That's a good site because it's not great, but it's a good site. You can also hunt down relatives. Sometimes they have email addresses and things like that. A lot of times the people don't want to be found though. I mean, that's just that's what you run into. Then you can, they have tax sales. I don't know how familiar you are with those in Missouri. That's a process. That's another whole conversation. But that's a good place to start looking for people, because that's what the counties have as far as the contact owners.
Can I add something?
Yeah.
So Casey, if you want to give me a call, I actually have a small team of people in Kansas City that we're working on partnering on lead generation in the Kansas City market. But what we're doing could be applied in St. Louis. You would just be in St. Louis by yourself because we're all here. But I think that I could help you with some of that.
Okay. Yeah. Is your contact info in the chat?
Yes, Angel, 816-535-0076.
Okay. All right. I'll contact you.
Okay. Hopefully, you got some good information, Casey, that help you get started. There's lots of ways of finding out about properties, including just going talking with the neighbors. And surprisingly, what nosy neighbors know about vacant properties. They can give you a whole history of the neighborhood sometimes. Okay, who else has got something for us?
I'll ask a question.
Sure, go ahead.
So in the Kansas City area, I'm looking for folks that will buy in rural areas. And sometimes I get ones that are very far west of me, like in your area, but they're still rural. I would like to contact or connect with folks who would be willing to buy properties in some of those more rural areas that are outside of the city. If you have any folks, I would appreciate connecting with them. Because it seems like every once in a while I have these leads come up and don't want to drive 2 hours away from myself or be that far away. And so I've started kind of sourcing some of those that are south of me, like that Rich Hill property, and getting familiar with that area. But the ones west of me, I don't really have anybody to even, talk to about them. So there are sellers in those areas that, people might not be connecting with.
You can bring them here every Friday, Angel.
Yeah.
This is a great place for off-market deals or on-market deals.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so some of them I'm like, You know, I am one of those, I will wholesale properties, but I don't want to contract a property that I'm not willing to buy. You know, at the end of the day, I'm like, if I'm not willing to buy it, I'm probably not going to put it under contract. So I have turned some folks away because I've said I can't go that far out. And, you know, so if I have connections and people who can help me with those, I certainly, you know, would be willing to take them on. Because I like to help people, but I just don't feel like I've had the resource to be able to do that, or the network. So if we can build the network, I'll bring them if I get them.
Well, networking is key. Relationships is what makes it all work anyway. And
Yep.
there's never a real estate problem. It's always a people problem.
Mhm.
Always.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yep. And there's always ways to solve it. Sometimes the best solution is to walk away, though, like you said, if it's something you wouldn't do yourself, but you have to look at all of it, you know. So, yep, bring your deals here.